Good morning. Welcome to our Mandala universes. I'm getting my supplies together. Welcome. Hi, Deb. I was thinking about you on my walk to this park this morning. I'm happy you're here. And I'm sorry about the news that you heard the other day about Marley's heart. I've been thinking about you all. Our Mandala universes, we gather every day. We ground, we draw mandalas, we share readings, and we have a different leader every day. My name's Amy, and I'm happy to be here on a Saturday, a very sunny Saturday, and I forgot my sunglasses. Deb says, hi, mushrooms hanging in a park. Yeah, there are some Lunar New Year decor around me, which is real pretty on these eucalyptus trees. And Pamela's here. Good morning, Pamela. Miss M is here. Good morning, Miss M. So I'm just in a park, and there might be some distractions, like people who are singing, or there's people cleaning. But yeah, it's art in a public space. And Deb says, thank you. Last few months of a pediatric cardiologist. She's good. Yeah, she's no longer gonna be a kid. Michelina's here. Good morning, Michelina. Deb says, excited to see you, and walks welcoming spring soon. I'm excited about that too. I'm a little worried that I'm moving north too quickly. The weather has been so nice in South and Central California, and I'm not sure I'm ready for gray, rainy days, but ready or not, here I come. Cheryl's here. Good morning, Cheryl. Forgive me in advance if I don't see a comment. It is so bright I can hardly see my screen. I could move to the shade, but then I wouldn't be in the sun. Maybe let me sit on the other side of the table. All right, look, I found some shade from a tree, but I'm still in the sun. Cheryl says San Francisco is sunny. I have been meaning to reach out to the San Francisco people. I'll be there in a week. Cheryl says Mission. I'm currently in San Luis Obispo in Slow, and yeah, there's some mission style stuff. Isn't that a pretty cute little church behind me? All right, what else? Deb says checking in, noisy, snoring teens and Danny. Appreciate the white noise. Good. So yeah, it is 5 minutes after 8. Like I said, my name is Amy, and the first thing we do at Mandala's is kind of check in. A lot of us have had the good fortune to meet each other, so we've become fast friends over these last 5 years. But today I'm checking in. I don't know. I'm feeling a little stuck lately, and I'm feeling ready to unstick myself. Does that make sense? So I don't know if that's one word or what. Pamela says checking in appreciative, and Ms. M says get out, you're in slow. Please tell me you're here too. I'm ready to move here. I mean, I live here now. Deb says might borrow that soon unstuck. Ms. M says heading north. I am heading north, and quickly. It feels quick. So the problem is my phone is holding my tea up, but I want to drink tea. I'll make it work. All right, so let's see. Nicolina says, I'm getting unstuck as well. I think it's the momentum of the fire horse. Yeah, I think that momentum is there. And you know what? Maybe I'll turn my camera around so we can look at this tree decorated with these really nice lunar New Year lanterns. And we can just kind of channel some of the energy that we need, the celebration. And I'll do a grounding, and then I have a reading from Why I Wake Early. So I'll flip my camera for you all. Look at that. And like I said, there's a lot of sounds around me. So rather than fighting it, let's just go with it. Let's just ground into the sounds that you hear coming through the phone, or maybe the sounds that you hear in your own space. For me, I hear some trucks. I hear a river flowing. So let's think about the flowing river. Rivers are always moving. One might think they're always the same because they're always there, but rivers are so alive and they are changing every minute. Even dry rivers are changing. They just keep flowing. So, like our bodies and our minds and our needs, they're always changing as well. Picture yourself sitting along a riverbank, watching the water just flow. It might be moving fast, it might be moving slow, it might not even be moving at all. But it is moving a little bit. Their life is alive underwater. There's so much there. Just watch it move, accept that it's moving and changing. And it's a lot like our lives. They're always moving and changing. Even when we feel stuck, we can gather that energy from water. We can gather that energy from the fire horse. The energy of change, the energy of momentum, power. Power comes from change. So just breathe in and out. And accept it. And then I'm not sure how relevant my poem is to our grounding, but it's Mary Oliver. It's entitled, Why I Wake Early. Hello, sun in my face. Hello, you who make the morning and spread it over the fields and into the faces of the tulips and the nodding morning glories and into the windows of even the miserable and the crotchety. Best preacher that ever was, dear star, that just happens to be where you are in the universe, to keep us from ever darkness, to ease us with warm touching, to hold us in the great hands of light. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Watch now how I start the day in happiness, in kindness. Breathing in and out, and thinking about how for many of us, this practice is in the morning, and it is such a way to start our day in happiness, in kindness. So for anyone catching us for the first time, I draw my mandalas in a notebook. Sometimes they're abstract, and sometimes they're more representational. Here's from the last time I led with Elaine and her chickens. I start by drawing a circle with a complete breath, inhaling and out, exhaling, or outhailing, whatever you want to call it. All right, I'm catching up on some comments, if I can see them. Cheryl says, fire horse eclipse energies. And yes, needing to unstick. Miss M says, so much moving this month. Everything, everywhere, all at once. Meta is here. Good afternoon, Meta. Cindy is here. Hi, Cindy. And Miss M says, somewhat overwhelming, and yet I'm rolling like fire on the river. And Cheryl says, in connection, interconnection. And Cheryl sending hellos to Meta and Cindy. Meta says, checking in, joyful. A time with family can often do that. So I'm being resourceful, and I'm using all the pages in my notebook. For those of you who write the date, it's Saturday, March 7th. (2026). And in the beginning of my notebook, I didn't write on the backs of my pages, so now I'm going back and filling the backs. But I have this next to Christmas of 2024, so it's kind of funny. I've got March 2026 next to a drawing from December of 2024. And it doesn't feel Christmassy at all. Let's see. Meta says, hi Amy, Cheryl, and all. Meta says, hi Cheryl. And having a family dinner of 12 in 45 minutes, but I thought I would still join mandalas with you all. This beautiful practice becomes addictive in the best possible of ways. Meta, I'm so happy you're able to join us. Also, as a reminder, tomorrow is the United States Daylight Savings Time. So Meta, that means that we'll be coming at you an hour earlier until you all do your time change. And Susanna, I don't think you time change, so we're just an hour earlier for the next couple of months. Claudia is here. Hi, Claudia. We made it up to slow. So that's where I am. Tef says we're time traveling. Meta says looks beautiful where I am. It is beautiful. This is a nice, it's a nice town, and close by they have some beaches, which we were at yesterday. We went to Avila Beach, and we did a bike ride up in the hills, and it's a really lovely area of Central California. Sometimes here at Mandala's, I just gotta get this little idea out. Sometimes here at Mandala's we do some show and tells. So I thought I would do a little show and tell today, besides where I'm at. Let's see. And Ms. M says, Slow is nice, cute town. You get to Avila. And then Ms. M says, Avila Beach is so fun. Yeah, it is. We were there last night. We kind of walked to the beach and walked to the pier at sunset, and it was really a cute town. It reminds me a little bit more of some like Italian and Spanish beach towns, because it's just small and it's tucked away. It's not like on a major pathway to things. You have to go to it, but yet it's busy enough that it feels like there's things going on. Which it's a cute little town. And Claudia says, I'm moving slow this morning. Feels expensive not to have to do anything with a time constraint. And Claudia asks if I did the hot springs. No, I couldn't get Marshall to agree to the hot springs, but we might do them tonight. I don't know. We're being very indecisive lately about things, and before we knew it, it just got too late. That's maybe part of my getting unstuck and feeling kind of ready, being better at making decisions. And Claudia changed her word from expensive to expansive. So I'm moving slow this morning. Feels expansive not to have to do anything with a time constraint. That makes more sense. I was thinking about like time as currency when I read your comment. Oh my God, the sun is special this morning. Thank you, sun, for being here. All right, so my show and tell this morning is, many of you know, I was recently in Mexico. I went to Oaxaca, and I had a lovely time there. I got time with my mom, and it is a culture that is very celebratory and colorful, and that was really nice to be around. And I was with a group of 12 women who were all embroidering, and 3 instructors who were just really exceptional. And we created and we worked together and we learned and we ate well, and we saw both the aliveness of the city, and we went up to the peace in the mountains, and it was overall a really great trip. I did my phone stolen and lose my very favorite and apparently very expensive prescription sunglasses. So those two things kind of put a damper on my trip, like some stress that I didn't need. But besides that, it was all really, really good. And we made some things, and I brought those to show you all today. So, this is, we dyed some fabrics too. I don't know how well we'll be able to see these. These are like little weavings on a fabric. So you see how full they are with thread. The back is just kind of empty. So those felt pretty fun and like magical little weavings. We dyed some fabrics with, we did an indigo vat for this one, cochineal for this one, and this one was kind of a native herb that I can't remember the name of. I'm sure I wrote it down somewhere. And then this piece, I had only finished about an inch of it while I was there, and I've been working on it in the van at night. But it is just a really full embroidery, and I think it turned out great. Now I just need a tote bag to put it on. Ooh, I have this bag from Deb. Maybe I could put it on the back side of this bag. Ideas, ideas. You'd look great on the back of a denim jacket or something too, though. I don't have a denim jacket. I used to have a denim jacket. So that's my show and tell and my quick, 5-minute tour summary.
I was admiring the juxtaposition with the Chinese.
Let's see. Deb says, I'll wait for an illustrated travel journal. Please save a signed copy for me. Oh, I would love to make a travel journal. Maybe I should. I could, right? I'm getting some, ooh, wow, and exquisite and so fun.
This sort of peters out. I mean, you can go
From you all. Thank you. Gorgeous embroidery, beautiful. I love how plump the texture is, says Michelina. Yeah, it's very tactile, and as like a tactile person, it feels really fun. I've been kind of waking up in the mornings thinking about embroidering. Oh, I have one more. Did I bring that one? Yeah, I have this one too. So this one, look, you can see through it. We had to tear out all the fabrics going one direction, and then these are just the threads that come from this, and then you kind of do these weavings around. You make knottings and do weavings. This one I just think is like, it's so delicate. I love it. Michelina asks if my phone got nicked from a back pocket. No. So it was I was checking into my hotel, and I was waiting for my turn to
Where are you?
check in, and
Hey, where'd you go?
I was checking into the hotel. There was 3 people ahead of me. They left, but
Where'd
I was
you
just
go?
sorry, I can't tell a story when there's someone yelling in my ears. I was just about to sign into the Wi-Fi, and so I had it in my hand, and then I set the phone on the counter, literally in front of my body, and someone came up from behind me and just grabbed it and ran. So it was like pretty shocking and unexpected. I mean, this person just had the gall to do this. Like, my mom and I were at the counter, and the guy working at the counter was on the other side of it, and there's security cameras everywhere, but like, what are you gonna do with security footage? Like, I watched the video and he just slowly linked into the room. So yeah, lesson learned. Keep your phone on body, not on counter, even though it's only like an inch in front of you.
Oh shit, please. Okay.
All right. Yeah. Pamela says, is that cut work? I love that one the best. Yeah, so like we just had to make one tiny cut on one piece of fabric, and then you pull the thread out and you pull the thread out until you get like an empty space. It was pretty cool. And a lot of times they're worn like right here on a blouse or down the sleeve or at the bottom of it, just to add some detail and some excitement. Michelina says, so gorgeous. I love that you are learning so many new techniques. Yeah. And then Meta says, so sorry to hear, Amy. That is really shocking. Yeah, and the sad thing is like, you can't do things with iPhones anymore. Like, we lock them as soon as they get stolen and set to erase them and don't allow them to work as long as they're on our account. So this person probably sold my phone for like way cheap to use like parts, right? Like a new screen or a battery. It's just a bummer how much of a headache it put me through for not a lot of gain for somebody else. Let's see, it's 8:28. Deb is coming at us with a check-in. It says willing to clear without cause. And Cheryl says, discovered a weaving studio in San Anselmo, Marin on Thursday. A stop to inspire you on your way north. Ooh, that sounds wonderful. Weaving is so interesting to me. We got to see the women working on the back looms, I think they're called, where they kind of stand and lean into the weave and then they have it in front of them. Pretty fascinating. Let's see.
First things I do in the morning.
Meta says, willing to enjoy my family time. And Miss M says, need to listen to the reading again. Well, I will post it, and then you can read it yourself too. Because it's, I don't know, I've been waking up early, but struggling to get out of bed. I have very little desire to get up early and do my morning things lately. So I thought that was a good reminder that the world is so beautiful in the morning, and we have so much gratitude for this blinding sun. Also, lesson learned, I should probably sit in the shade next time I lead mandalas. Michelina says, I'm gonna paint now. I was scheduling a call with an animal communicator while listening. Louie is declining. Michelina, I'm sending you so much love. I know we all are. And I'm glad that you are doing the things that are important for now. I'm gonna paint now too. Because I've been talking the whole time. And Michelina, you're getting a lot of love. Ms. M says, need to listen to the reading and the replay. And it says, so sorry to hear, Michelina. Pamela says, flowering vibrancy transfer to how to live. Ms. M says, thanks so much, Amy. Catch you later. Meta says, sending big hugs. Ms. M is sending hugs to you, Michelina, and thank you to me. So with that, I'm going to send you all big hugs too. I hope that some of this glorious sunshine makes it your way. I hope you have the time to relish in the things that you need today. and embrace the fire horse, the season of change. And spring is for rebirth, which we're coming up on. So flowing like it with a river, right? Michelina, the love continues to flow your way. And Cheryl says, thank you, Sunshine Amy. All right, with that, happy Saturday. Much love to you all.